Ahora no va a comer.
Recording
for
in
increasing
progress.
people's self-esteem.
Okay, I think it's very important to do or to have the work that you wanted, because in my case, I studied business administration, but it's not my passion. But I have a passion, but I have how can I say, specialized, no,
Specialty?
in finance. But I like my job. I like to work with math or numbers. But when I don't have enough work or enough tasks to do, I feel bad or not productive person. But sometimes I feel bad or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, it depends a lot on where you're working and what you're working on.
Yes.
All right, thanks. Millie, what did you want to say?
Teacher in my case is because I am a dentist and I love when the people say, oh, doctor, thank you so much. You're so good. When the people comes with pain and I see their faces after I treat them. So, and they are, um, I don't
Happy,
know.
satisfied?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Thankful, I think, for the job that we did. Well, for me, that is, I feel so good.
Mhm. Cool. What are you, a private dentist or like do you work for the
Now I'm
caja?
working now for the Caja. Yeah.
Ah, okay, yeah. But you left, right? To go work like in, I don't know, 1 hour. What was it? It was like
Yeah,
far away, right?
I'm here in Pérez Celedón, but
There you go.
yeah, I finished in August
Hmm.
and I will start my master.
What are you doing? Like internships?
Yes. No, no, no. No. I finished my career, my major,
Mm-hmm.
but I worked for the Caja for 1 year. So then I'm going to start my master.
Okay, okay. You're going to stop working for Caja and
Uh-huh.
continue
Yes.
studying. Okay, okay, okay.
Mhm.
Okay. I thought you still had to like, I don't know, do those internships.
No, no. I already did it.
Well, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Teacher,
Okay. Tell me, Stephanie.
I want to say something that
Go ahead.
even though I didn't work like a lot of time,
You
I
work
did.
though.
Yeah, well, I did. I did feel happy because I don't have a lot of responsibilities. You know, I live with my parents, and so the money that they were paying me, I was like, "Oh, mom, go, let's go shopping, and I'll buy you a T-shirt, or I will invite my parents to some restaurant." So yes, I did feel happy. I did feel happy, even though it was just for a month. But yeah, my self-esteem was great at that time.
Yeah, nothing like giving back to your parents, right? Well, I see it like that, right? Because my parents gave me like the world, so
Yeah,
I
she was great.
yeah, I mean, like even though you don't work long, you worked. So, funny
Yeah.
story. I once had a cousin, right? She had worked like for 1 day. Like it was her first day working, right? And my aunt, right? She has worked her entire life, right? Because her mother, like, well, my grandmother died young, right? So she's been working since she was like 13, something like that, right? And she comes home like crying, my cousin, right? Crying. And she's like, what's up? You don't know what it's like to work, mother. Yeah, they had me work all day and eat in a closet. And she's like, yeah, it's not like I've been working since I was 13, right? And my mom was like, what the hell's wrong with that? She's like, no, mother, don't make me go back. Poor thing. But the funny thing was like she only worked like a day. Like I think it wasn't even the day. I think she went home early
Teacher, that happened to me also.
But I mean, that's understandable. But like the funny part, like it's understandable. Some jobs are unbearable. But well, we laugh until today is like she was telling my aunt, you don't know what it's like to work. And we're all like, dude, she's been working since she's like 13. She's been working for 40 years. How are you going to say that? She's like,
Where did she work?
she worked like in a shoe store, like, I don't know, in Arenas or something like that.
Is she working now, teacher?
Yeah. Oh, no, right now she's not.
Okay.
She left that work right that same day. And some year later, she started working at a company as a secretary. She worked there for a couple of years. She worked there for like 6 years. And in like October of last year, she quit because she was like, no, I want to spend more time with my daughter. So bye.
Okay.
And now she's like, oh, why haven't I done this my whole life? I hate working. It's like, yes, we know, Stephanie, we know. Yeah, but no, like Veronica, it's not that I'm laughing at, right? That she left the same day. It was like just that, right? That she was like, to my
No,
aunt,
teacher, but in
you
some
know what it's like to work. Oh, no, like I completely understand.
in
Like my
some
first day.
stores, may they ask you to work for a test day,
Mm-hmm.
and you work that day, and then they don't call us, we call you.
Yeah, bye. Oh yeah. No, like sometimes like I remember like, well, you have to see that I'm like a very conceited child, right? Like I grew up always in my house. I grew up, right? My parents had never yelled at me, right? Because I mean, relatively, I was a very good kid, right? I was a very good kid, not relatively. So like my first job was a call center. And on my first day there, right? Like the first day I took calls, right? Because you first have your training. My very first call. Hi, thanks for calling Amazon. F you,
Oh.
F Amazon, we hate you. You're a stupid beep. Why can't you do And like I literally had to go to the bathroom to cry. And I got home and my parents were like, how was your day? First day? Don't talk to me. I'm working. And they're like, what the hell's wrong with you? And I was like, they yelled at me. I'm like, that's normal. Kara's like, who has ever yelled at me in my life? And they're like, oh yeah, we've never yelled at you, right? And I was like, no. They're like, okay, but do you want to go back? No, but I'm going to. But like that was at the beginning, right? That I almost quit. I almost told my dad, you don't know what it's like to work. My dad, right? But no, that was funny. So we were like, so yeah, your mom doesn't know how to work, right?
Yeah.
So yeah,
Thank you for calling Amazon. How may I help you today?
terrible. I'm so glad I'm not there anymore.
The important thing is to get a back office job. So
I mean, I worked back office as well, but yeah, no, my calling is teaching. I'm gonna
the
stick to teaching.
important thing is to be in a back office position. So we are here.
No, I did it. I did it as a trainer in back office for a while, but no. Like after a while, I was just bored. But all right, guys, let's go to the second one. Jose, can you read it for me, please?
Yes. Is it common for people to work from home in your area? What do you think the advantages and disadvantages of working from home are? If you don't work from home, would you like to? Why or why not?
Well, let's think, right, that there's COVID, right? Because I think
Teacher.
now with COVID, most people work from home. But tell me, Jose.
Yes, now a lot of people were in home because the situation that before the coronavirus in my office um, only one a week we have you could
Once a week.
once a week you could work since your house, but I
Work
think from house I think it's good because that day you 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 don't have to wake up very early. You can sleep more and you can jump the bed at at the chair to work. Okay, but I think it's very important maintain the contact with your coworkers. Okay, like the article said, uh,
The
is the
article.
community. The article said is the community is it's like social club. You can thought about you about other sons other things. Okay. Um. Um. I think is the the advantages. Yes. The community. Okay. The human contact. Um. And disadvantages if when you have to drive every day or take a bus every day to go in that you have to you sleep less. Okay. Um, is more
Tiring.
tiring. Okay. But you lose the contact human. Okay.
The
I
human
think
contact.
the human contact. I think that some days in your house, in some days in your office, is the is good. Is the I don't know the balance.
A
Good.
balance. Yes.
I think that.
Yeah, definitely. And what about you, Viviana?
Mami, silencio. Well, I work in my home. It's the first time that I'm here, so I prefer and I see it like a good advantage because if you are in home, you can spend all time only very concentrated because sometimes in the office you
Concentrated?
concentrated because sometimes in the office you can do it. There are a lot of people or there are um, making meetings and it's more complicated, and if you spend time with the traffic it's a
In traffic?
in traffic is a disadvantage because you spend time driving. So in my case, I have maybe 2 years working in home, and
Working?
I working home at home
From
from
home?
home. Okay, working from home, and I signed a contract with the company, with the companies with the government, and well, for me, it's very it's a or we have a lot of advantages because if you need to talk with something or you can't make meetings, but maybe the disadvantage is that you lost the contact with other people, so you can use don't make a contact, but whatever
Don't have contact.
okay, but I think it's a very advantage because you don't spend time driving or in other things. Only home you can concentrate and don't drive. I well I if well if I am not in the company, I can stay here in this course because if I am driving, I can do it.
All right. What do you work as, Viviana? I think
I
I've
am
never.
system audit.
Ah, you're an audit. Huh?
Yeah.
Very good. All right. So I don't know. Sometimes I don't know what you guys work as. Like you tell me, or you might tell me and I forget. Like I think. Well, Natalie had told me she worked in economist, finance, and I know someone was in administrative. No, administration. No?
Yes, I am administration too. I have 3 careers. Louder, sister.
Well, now I know that Anna's working in Concentrics.
Okay.
Very good. Yes, some I'll remember. Sometimes I'll forget. Tell me, Natalie.
In my case, I have been working from home since March 2020, but after COVID, I had 3 days, which 3 days of work from home, because it's one of the benefits that I have in this company. But I like to work from home, but because after COVID, I was living in San Jose, but when the COVID started, I returned to
before COVID.
Before COVID, I was living in San Jose, but when the pandemic started, I returned to my parents' house, and now I don't have to spend a lot of money to rent an apartment. Okay, but I don't like, or one of the disadvantages, it's because my house, sometimes there are a lot of noise.
So there is a lot of noise.
There is a lot of noise, or sometimes I need to have contact with my partner, so I need my office because it's great. But
yeah, me this morning that they were fixing like my gutter, and my son's like, teacher, I'm like,
with the dogs.
oh, my dogs are terrible, especially like when it's raining with thunder. My dog, well, I think you guys have seen my dog. I have like a huge pit bull with a Stanford, and he's afraid of everything. So he hears lightning, it's like, and I'm like, dude, barking at it won't stop.
In my case, it's difficult work from home because my children, they are studying, but it's from home too. I am in my room. My children in their rooms, and my wife in the living room. But we are all in house, but separate. Sometimes separate. Sometimes I see my children 2 times a day because
of the schedules, everyone's doing something.
It's isolated. It's very isolated.
Isolating, sorry.
Isolating, yes. I want to go to the office sometimes.
Yes, me too.
Yeah, me when like
I need to see the street.
Yes, I need to go out.
Yes.
That's my face like when my boyfriend's son is here, right, in the house, and he's like, and he comes in the camera like, and I'm like, no, dude, no, out. And he's like, but no. So yeah, like sometimes
like
I,
my
but
daughter.
like, yeah, they want to do that, and I'm like,
likes to do that.
yeah, children like to do that.
Mom, the webcam.
Yeah, like, let me see it, and I'm like, no. Yeah, but no. Yeah, so like I tell him, and then like sometimes like this would never happen at work. And I think once during COVID I had to go because like it was like when I first moved to the other house. And I remember that the internet sucked, so I had to go to Intensa, right? And it was like all lonely because no one was there. It was literally me and the owner. And he was like in the next room and looking at me, and I was like,
Well,
I'm working very hard.
Teacher, another disadvantage for me is that I don't like to cook, and when I was in the company, I just go to the eating place, but now I have to do my lunch.
Yeah, that's another huge disadvantage. Yeah, like in this case, well, I feel I eat more because I know there's food like downstairs, and I live with a chef, so I take advantage of that, right? So it's like, I want some tortillas. Can you do a tortilla with cheese? And I was like, yeah, of course. What about some this? And he was like, yeah, of course. So like anytime I'm like, we have some plantain down there, right? Yeah, I'm gonna go grab some. So like I feel that's a huge disadvantage because I eat like all the time. Like this morning he literally bought me like a milk that you guys call in dust, right? Leche en polvo, right? Like those
Oh,
things. Yeah. And he brought it with sugar, and I was like, and he was like, how much have you eaten? And I was like, I don't know. Why do you bring me stuff? You know, I don't have control with sugar.
I eat sugar with leche en polvo. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yes.
eating. So
Yes.
literally what he brought me was like the huge bag of leche pinita, right? And sugar. He was like, yeah, serve yourself. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. I was like, yeah, sure. I have no self-control with like candies or anything. Like like I have self-control with everything except that. Like imagine one day he brought me like a huge bag of there's no like Luffy Toofy. I mean you can say that, but no, barriletes. And he
Yeah.
was like, and when he came up, I was literally like up to here. Like the bag was like this big, right? It was like this. And he was like, what's wrong with you? Are you a kid? And I was like, I told you I have no self-control. Don't leave candy on my desk. Because I was like, oh, I have another. Oh, I have another. And literally like my garbage can was full of the wrappers. And he was like, I can't leave you with candy. I was like, no, I've told you this many times. Why do you bring me candy?
Teacher, but it's his fault, not yours.
Yeah, like, well, in this case, like, that's terrible for me because in my family, there's like a bunch of diabetes.
Yeah.
So like, and that's why I have to tell them like, no, dude, you can't do that. So like the off chance that we buy something, I tell them like, hide it for me. Hide it where I can't find it. Cause like, I get anxious. I'm like, I need candy. I know there's two there. I know where are they? And I start searching. And he's like, what are you doing? I'm like, nothing. No, me, nothing. I was looking for an apple.
For fruits.
Yeah, like in the cabinets, right? Instead of the fridge. So yeah, like after like that day that I literally ate the whole bag. He now knows to hide candy from me.
Well, in my case, teacher, well, I think that I am very glad with that about the pandemic because all the advantages that I found with the pandemic was the relationship and union with my daughter because I work a lot. I could not see her, but now I can see my daughter, so I can share with she and
With her?
with her. Yes, I'm very happy with that because I was working a lot of that I can see her. I was working in the company after that, giving tactic classes, so I can see her. But now I am very happy because
Yeah,
my
definitely. That's a huge
relationship
advantage
is
for
better
parents.
with her.
Yes.
I've been told, right? I don't have kids, but I've been told. Yeah, knock on wood, I don't want kids. So
At the moment, teacher, you don't want
no, my boyfriend has surgery next month too, like because we don't have kids. I'm like, I already have your kid. Like I have to deal with the drama of your kid and your kid's mother.
teacher.
So no, I do not want another kid.
Teacher, if you have one baby, maybe you want three babies too.
Like I don't want this to sound mean, right? Because I love kids, like, but once I had a scare because I had changed like my pills, right? And obviously like no, yeah, I changed my pills, right? Like I changed like from Emma, right, to Primavera, right? And obviously like my period didn't come in a month and a half. And I was crying. I was like, this is like God's punishment. This is punishment. Why are we living together? We don't want kids. What are we going to do? And like, I was like almost in depression, like literally like, and it was like, Carrie, but like, I love his son. Like his son, every time he comes here, like he even loves with me, right? Like I think he loves me than his dad sometimes because I'm a little bit more cagüeta. But literally like, thinking of me having a kid, it's like no. And I've been like that my whole life. Like everyone always told me, well, no, later in life when you're in your 20s, and I'm like, nope. Now I still say it. Like people like my boyfriend, like he's going to go, and they're like, are you sure? You're so young. You're 23. You can change your mind. I'm like, nope. We can adopt dogs.
If you want a kid later on in the future, you can adopt one. You don't need to have
Definitely. That's what I've always said, right? Like, I mean, I don't think I'll change my mind Because like even now, like I know, like I've been with my partner for years, right? So I think like, dude, it would be nice, right, to form a family. And then I'm like, but I don't want to have a kid. We have dogs. That's it. I'm good.
Dogs.
Uh-huh.
So like
I'm
I'm
good
good.
with the teacher.
Yeah, no, like no, like we have dogs. Like we can adopt more dogs if you want. But no, like I think about it and I'm like,
Well, the life can give you a surprise, teacher.
if it's a surprise, well, it's a surprise and it'll happen, right? But planned, no, Viviana. That's why I'm on the pill and we use a condom. Because, like, no kids, literally. Like no surprises. Like that would be a punishment. Like I told, that would be like really God's will if we have a kid, because we use 2 methods of anti, right? So I'm like, no. But all right, guys. Number 5, pair work. Can you read the instructions for me, please, Camila? Oh, hold up. I haven't taken attendance, right? Give me a second.
Okay, take attendance then.
Because if not,
Almost
I'll
full
forget.
house, teacher.
I think only Alman's missing, right? Because he told me
Yes.
he's going to be absent these couple of days. Ah, you met Alman. I didn't know. Well, Alexandra's there, Anna's there, Camila's there, Stephanie's there, Iris.
Hello,
Yes.
Oh, hi,
Here.
Iris. I haven't heard from you today. How are you?
I'm great, teacher. How about you?
That's good. I'm good. Pues it's
Hi,
good.
Iris. Do you miss me?
Yes, Anna.
Hello,
I saw
Anna.
Lisa here. Wasn't Lisa here?
She get in and get out.
Let's give her a minute. Millie's there. Natalie's there. Natalie she's coming in and out. Alman is absent. Valeria's there. Veronica's there. And Viviana's there.
Teacher, today is day 3.
No, today's day 2.
Oh,
Day 2.
today is day
We
3.
Yes,
had,
day 3.
Yes, it's day 3.
we had the evaluation on Monday. Monday was day 1.
Yes.
Day 1. Yesterday, day Wednesday.
Tuesday and day 3.
Wednesday.
Yes.
Yes.
You're completely right. Sorry. Yes, you're right.
Yes.
Yeah, like I was like, no,
Yes.
this is-
This is what day 3.
All right.
Teacher, but if we finish the evaluation on Monday,
It does count as one because I mean we started evaluation on Friday, so
yes, that was because on Friday I was absent.
Veronica, you weren't here on
Sí,
Friday. A long weekend. I'm very sorry, Camila. Now can you read number 5?
Okay, thank you. I already have English in common. Okay.
Very good.
Okay. Discuss the difference in meaning between the underlined how do you pronounce phrases?
Phrases like with an F,
Phrases.
PH
Phrases.
change it to an F, okay?
Phrases phrases in the sentence pairs. Use a dictionary if necessary.
Yeah, right. So you're going to discuss that in pairs, guys. Do you have any questions before I send you? Yeah. All right.
Teacher, what can we need to do? Only discuss? Only say what
Yeah, so
we
for
think
example,
the meaning? Okay.
1A and 1B, right? Was fired, quit my job. I think was fired is when this happens, and I think quit is when this happens, okay?
Okay.
So go ahead and practice in pairs. Anna, no.
Where is my phone?
Hi, Viviana.
Hi. Hi. How are you? Hi,
Can you hear me?
No, not clearly.
Not clearly.
No.
Here?
Now? Now, yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so discuss the difference in the meaning between the underlined word phrases in the sentence First, use a dictionary. Okay. Number 8. No, letter 8. Letter 8. He was fired after he was caught stealing office equipment. And you put number 2.
Okay, he was fired.
Number B. Fire, it's like, I understand now. You have to read number B. You are A and I'm B.
I was fired after he was caught stealing office equipment. Number B, I'm going to quit my job and quit my job and go traveling for a year. Okay.
The difference, I think, is that when you're fired, it's someone who tells you that you are not longer working there and you don't have option. And I think with my job is that you decide to leave that job and start a new one or something like that. That is quit your job is your decision. Was fired is someone else's decision over you.
For him.
Exactly. Okay, number 2. My uncle was very wealthy and retired early at the age of 52.
Okay, number 1 and B.
2,000 workers were laid off.
Moment, please. Okay, number 2, A and B. Let me read. Yes. My uncle was very wealthy and tired early at the age of 52. Number B, 2,000 workers were laid off at the car factory last month. Let me think. Let me follow.
I know that retire is when you work enough for not to work anymore, right? It's like pensionado.
Correct.
But I don't know the meaning of layoff.
Layoff. Where is that? We're laid off. Laid off is the same that was fired.
Oh, that sucks. So, well, the difference is that it's clearly the difference. Like, the men retired because he worked enough, and the other ones were without a job because they were fired. And when you're retired, it doesn't mean that you don't have a job or something like that. It means that the government pays you. So it's technically you have still a job. But that's like the difference, right? Okay, number 3. I like working flex. Flex me. Flex me. Flex me. Fix me.
Flex time. Because I can choose her. And she decided not to be a nurse because she didn't want to work a night shift. Maybe in the first she can choose the time, and in the second the company choose the time.
Yes, it's right. I mean, I mean, yes, it's like basically the schedules. I mean, working flex time, it's something very, um, very like a strategy to your life. I mean, if you had something to do at certain hours, you can skip, you can work another time and have those hours free, for example. But if the other one, it's like the nurse, like she decided to not to be a nurse because she didn't want to work the night shift. It's that she didn't have option. She had to work when told her when to work, right? But yes, you're right. I do volunteer work in a soup kitchen once a week. And the other one, she worked part-time in a store while she was studying for her degree. Yes, those things are very different. Volunteer work is not something that you get paid off, and part-time is something that you got paid, right?
Do volunteer work and work part. Yes, work part time is exactly the like her work. Her work choose the time maybe.
She and I think that's it, right? Yes, that's it.
Yes, it's only that.
I think it's very clear. I mean, only that I didn't know what laid off means, but I know now. So everything is perfect. Everything is clear. Did you come at 6:15?
No,
In?
no. Well,
No.
6:20. 6:25 maybe. But it's only this book.
Only this book?
Yes.
We work on this book. Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
I was worried about the application. I was like, oh no, I'm going to miss the application.
No.
Thankfully, I didn't. I didn't miss it.
No, the application not at the moment, no.
Por dicha. I'm sorry. It was my brain that told me speak in Spanish.
I think the same.
Sometimes I mix languages. It's funny. I'm like talking in Spanish, and then I'm like, right? And I'm like, what? I'm speaking English, no.
Yes, sometimes I prefer practice with the application because I can understand clearly what the teacher said or different things. But other time I'm very tired seeing the same. But I don't know.
Yes. Yes, you're right. I mean, now I think I'm a little bit more comfortable talking in English because before I was like, when I was in high school, I always had good grades in English. I love the language. And I was like, I'm a pro in the English language. And I was like so confident because I was better than my classmates. But when I came here in Intensa, everyone was even better than me. And I started to realize that the English that I have, it was a really poor English. And I started to lose confidence, and I was like, I didn't want to talk English anymore because I knew I was going to say something bad. But then I realized that like English is a process and you need to learn.
Yes.
And I need to make mistakes to learn.
Yes.
It's not something that
I was thinking the same. I was very worried because sometimes I can't understand what the teacher said, or I think that the teacher can't be patient. But I said, if I am paying, well, I need to understand, and I need
Mhm.
to better the well my vocabulary or different things. So I think, well, it's only practice and practice.
Yes, it is. It's only practice and practice. I mean, but if you had like 30 minutes free to study, it's even better.
Mhm.
Like I watch the news.
Recording in progress.
Hi, teacher. All right. Let's go ahead and check. Was fired. Stephanie, what do you think that means, or what does that mean?
When a company doesn't need your services anymore, or you are working bad or something like that, so they say like, bye-bye to you.
Yeah.
Basically.
See you.
Yeah.
See you, bye. Good luck with your
Like
Well, when
you are a very good worker, but we have to leave you go.
let you go.
when your boss don't want to work with you.
Quit my job, Valeria.
I think is when you make a letter. I don't know the word that is resignation or something like
Resignation letter.
that.
Yeah.
Resignation.
Resignation.
Resignation letter from your job.
Yeah, when you give a resignation letter. Yeah, basically you're the one that's saying, bye, I don't want to be with you anymore.
Yeah.
Very good. Retired early. What does that mean, Veronica?
When you already make a lot of money to
Yes.
stop, stop
I
working,
agree with you. You have to.
to stop working young.
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 I hope I do that.
Don't we all? All right.
Teacher,
Tell me, Millie.
in English, is there a specific word to say pensionado?
Retired.
Retire. Okay. Thank you.
We're laid off. Alexandra?
We're left there.
I'm sorry?
That way, I don't have the word teacher, but I'd like to say to.
Or give me like an example. You don't know how to explain it.
I will use that example. I need help right now.
Like
the
first.
The first, but a
There's
lot
a
of people.
very different, there's a
Yeah.
difference between firing and laid off.
Yes, but your boss, if he don't want to work with you, he can't lay off. Well, but
No.
the difference
Was
is
If your
fired.
boss doesn't want to work you, that's fired. That's
Was
it.
fired,
one
yes.
person, yes, but in
And
the
for
other
example,
case,
when
it's the company. So it's a lot of people.
when
the
the
company-
company
let me
made
let
a
me
restructuring.
explain.
Yeah.
Let me explain
when
it
the
too, because you
company-
guys are getting confused. Guys, let me explain this, okay?
I
Was
think
fired was when you did something wrong in habits, right? So the company says, no, you can't work here anymore, okay? Laid off is when the company doesn't have the means to keep you anymore. The company doesn't have money to pay you, or they don't have the additional hours to pay. So like difference would be here. Like I'm stealing from my job, I would be fired, obviously, right? But think about this pandemic. Many businesses had to close, right? Because obviously they were generating money. So they were laid off. That's the difference. Was fired, you were doing something wrong. Laid off, the company couldn't pay you anymore, okay?
Okay.
Working flex time. What do you think that means, Camila?
Which one, sorry?
Working flex time.
With a flexible schedule.
Basically, yeah. Millie, work the night shift.
Well, it's when you have to work at night.
Yeah.
Teacher, I was telling to Nati that in one of my words, they call it graveyard.
Yeah, graveyard shift.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. Graveyard, because do you know why it's called a graveyard?
No, no, I was going to say that.
All right. Do you know what a graveyard is?
No.
All right. Graveyard is like where you bury dead people, right?
Yes.
I had a graveyard schedule and it was the worst thing ever.
Yeah. So they call it a graveyard schedule because like no one's around. Only like some other people, right? But normally a lot of people don't work that schedule. So you don't see like anybody. Like I remember when I worked the graveyard schedule, I maybe saw like 2 people at most, like when I went to lunch or something, and they're all over there, like somewhere else, right? So it's very lonely. That's why it's called the graveyard schedule. Because
I
no
don't
one's
like
there
that
like in a cemetery.
Okay,
Yeah,
I don't like that schedule.
Me
I like.
neither.
I want to wake early to
Yeah, I
start
prefer to
work
wake
early.
up early and finish early.
Yes, I like if I can start at 5 a.m. I can, but give it.
But let me leave early.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. All right. The volunteer work. Millie, you answered graveyard schedule, right? I mean, work the night. Jose, do volunteer work.
What teacher number 6?
Number 4, do volunteer work.
Volunteer work. Okay. It's when the people work to, I don't know, a foundation. I don't know.
Yeah, it can be for fun.
Okay. Don't receive paid for that work.
Payment.
Payment for that work.
Yeah, basically you're the one that decided to help, right? And Iris worked part-time.
It means that you don't work full time, and you work 4 hours, I think it's, and you do get paid.
Definitely. Questions on those meanings, guys?
No.
No. All right. So if they're clear, let's go to 6A, okay? We're going to complete these questions or sentences. I think they're all questions. Yeah, questions using that vocabulary, okay? For example, would you like to blank like reading to the blind? Natalie, what do you think reading to the blind is? Or what would you put here?
Volunteer work.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she disconnected.
To what?
But yeah, volunteer work. So would you like to do volunteer work like reading to the blind, right? Because it's not a job, but it's something you decide to do, okay? Very good, Camila. And number 2, Valeria, can you read it for me and tell me what you think the answer is?
Sure. Have you ever to go and do something completely different? To quit my job or quit your job?
Exactly. Well, my job. Have you ever quit? Oh, your job. Sorry, yeah.
Your job.
Have you ever quit your job to go into something completely different? Number 3, Viviana. What do you think goes there?
Okay. Would you ever consider retired at the age of 45 or 50 years?
Would you ever consider
Would you ever consider retiring?
Retiring.
Retiring. Retiring at the age of 45 or 50. Retiring.
Teachers with ing or no?
Yeah. Would you ever consider? Remember, consider is one of those verbs with ing.
Thank you.
Iris, number 4.
For what kids? No. For what kinds? For what kinds of reactions can people have to leave their job? Can people lay it off? Lay it off.
Quite the same. Quite the
I
job.
think it's quite.
Fired. For what kind of reasons can
Fired.
people be fired? Really can't be laid off, right? Because there's only one reason to be laid off, which would be the company can't pay you, okay? Like they're declining in sales.
We're fired.
Okay. Yes.
Uh-huh. So yeah, for what kind of reasons can people be fired and have to leave their job? Okay. Stephanie, number 5.
Okay. Which do you think is more common in your country? Working 9 to 5 or work part-time?
Mm-hmm. Or working part-time.
Or
Okay,
working,
working
flex
part-time.
time, maybe.
No, part-time, because look there, you're comparing them.
Ah,
If 9 to 5 is a complete schedule,
mhm.
so half-time. And Veronica, last one, please.
Are there any industries in your country which have declined and workers have laid off?
Been laid off.
Being laid off.
Yeah, definitely. Questions on that, guys?
I don't know. Teacher.
All right, very good. You can put away your English and common, guys. And what we're going to do is we're going to answer some questions. No, not the improv. We'll do the improv later. Okay, so I need you to take a picture or screenshot of this, guys. Please.
You have to watch a video.
Yes, Iris, you're going to watch a video.
Again.
You watch videos in every module now, Iris.
Ooh. That
All
seems fun.
All right. Got it, guys?
Yeah.
Yes, teacher.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, very good. Oh, what did I do with a video? Right. Let's split up over here. Why work doesn't happen at work? Where's my audio? Here it is.
So I'm going to talk about work, specifically why people can't seem to get work done at work, which is a problem we all kind of have. But let's sort of start at the beginning. So we have companies and nonprofits and charities and all these groups that have employees or volunteers of some sort. And they expect these people who work for them to do great work. I would hope, at least good work. Let's hopefully, at least it's good work. Hopefully great work. And so what they typically do is they decide that all these people need to come together in one place to do that work. So a company or a charity or an organization of any kind, they typically, unless you're working in Africa, if you're really lucky to do that, but most people have to go to an office every day. And so these companies, they build offices. They go out and they buy a building, or they rent a building, or they lease some space, and they fill this space with stuff. They fill it with tables or desks, chairs, computer equipment, software, internet access, maybe a fridge, maybe a few other things. And they expect their employees or their volunteers to come to that location every day to do great work. It seems like it's perfectly reasonable to ask that. However, if you actually talk to people and even question yourself, and you ask yourself, where do you really want to go when you really need to get something done? You find out that people don't say what businesses think they would say. If you ask people the question, where do you really need to go when you need to get something done, you typically get 3 different kinds of answers. One is kind of a place or a location or a room. Another one is a moving object. And a third is a time. So here's some examples. When I ask people, and I've been asking people this question for about 10 years, I ask them, where do you go when you really need to get something done? I'll hear things like the porch, the deck, the kitchen. I'll hear things like an extra room in the house, the basement, the coffee shop, the library. And then you'll hear things like the train, a plane, a car, so the commute. And then you'll hear people say, well, it doesn't really matter where I am as long as it's really early in the morning or really late at night or on the weekends. You almost never hear someone say the office. But businesses are spending all this money on this place called the office, and they're making people go to it all the time, yet people don't do work in the office. What is that about? Like, why is that? Why is that happening? And what you find out is if you dig a little bit deeper, you find out that people, this is what happens. People go to work, and they're basically trading in their workday for a series of work moments. That's what happens at the office. You don't have a work day anymore. You have work moments. It's like the front door of the office is like a Cuisinart. And you walk in, and your day is shredded to bits because you have 15 minutes here and 30 minutes there, and then something else happens, and you're pulled off your work, and you got to do something else, and you have 20 minutes, then it's lunch, then you have something else to do, and then you got 15 minutes, and someone pulls you aside and asks you this question, and before you know it, it's 5 p.m., right? And you look back on your day, and you realize that you didn't get anything done, right? I mean, we've all been through this. We've probably been through it. We probably went through it yesterday or the day before that. You look back on your day, and you're like, I got nothing done today. I was at work. I sat at my desk. I used my expensive computer. I used the software they told me to use. I went to these meetings I was asked to go to. I did these conference calls. I did all this stuff, but I didn't actually do anything. I just did tasks. I didn't actually get meaningful work done. And what you find is that, especially with creative people, designers, programmers, writers, engineers, thinkers, that people really need long stretches of uninterrupted time to get something done. You cannot ask somebody to be creative in 15 minutes and really think about a problem. You might have a quick idea, but to be in deep thought about a problem and really consider a problem carefully, you need long stretches of uninterrupted time. And even though the workday is typically 8 hours, how many people here have ever had 8 hours to themselves at the office? How about 7 hours? 6? 5? 4? When's the last time you had 3 hours to yourself at the office? 2 hours? 1 maybe? Very, very few people actually have long stretches of uninterrupted time at an office. And this is why people choose to do work at home, or they might go to the office, but they might go to the office really early in the day, or late at night when no one's around, or they stick around after everyone's left, or they go in on the weekends, or they get work done on the plane, or they get work done in the car or in the train because there are no distractions. Now, there are different kinds of distractions, but there aren't the really bad kind of distractions, which I'll talk about in just a minute. And this sort of whole phenomenon of having like short bursts of time to get things done reminds me of another thing that doesn't work when you're interrupted, and that is sleep. I think that sleep and work are very closely related. And it's not just that you can work while you're sleeping and you can sleep while you're working. That's not really what I mean. I'm talking specifically about the fact that sleep and work are phase-based or stage-based events. So sleep is about sleep phases or stages. Some people call them different things. There's 5 of them. And in order to get to the really deep ones, the really meaningful ones, you have to go through the early ones. And if you're interrupted while you're going through the early ones, so if someone bumps you in bed or there's a sound or whatever happens, you don't just pick up where you left off. If you're interrupted and woken up, you have to start again. So you have to go back a few phases and start again. And what ends up happening, sometimes you might have days like this where you wake up at 8 in the morning or 7 in the morning or whenever you get up and you're like, man, I didn't really sleep very well. I did the sleep thing, I went to bed, I laid down, but I didn't really sleep. Because sleep is not, people say you go to sleep, but you really don't go to sleep. You go towards sleep. It just takes a while. You got to go through these phases and stuff. And if you're interrupted, you don't sleep well. So how do we expect, does anyone here expect someone to sleep well if they're interrupted all night? I don't think anyone would say yes. Why do we expect people to work well if they're being interrupted all day at the office? How can we possibly expect people to do their job if they're going to the office to be interrupted? That doesn't really seem like it makes a lot of sense to me. So what are these interruptions that happen at the office that don't happen in other places? Because in other places you can have interruptions like you can have, the TV, or, you could go for a walk, or there's a fridge downstairs, or you've got your own couch, or whatever you want to do. And if you talk to certain managers, they'll tell you that they don't want their employees to work at home because of these distractions. They'll also say that sometimes they'll also say, well, if I can't see the person, how do I know they're working? Which is ridiculous, of course, but that's one of the excuses that managers give. And I'm one of these managers. I understand, like, I know how this goes. We all have to improve on this sort of thing. But oftentimes they'll cite distractions. I can't let someone work at home. They'll watch TV. They'll do this other thing. It turns out that those aren't the things that are really distracting, because those are voluntary distractions. You decide when you want to be distracted by the TV. You decide when you want to turn something on. You decide when you want to go downstairs or go for a walk. At the office, most of the interruptions and distractions that really cause people not to get work done are involuntary. So let's go through a couple of those. Now, managers and bosses will often have you think that the real distractions at work are things like Facebook and Twitter and YouTube and other websites. And in fact, they'll go so far as to actually ban these sites at work. Some of you may work at places where you can't get to these certain sites. I mean, is this China? What the hell is going on here? You can't go to a website at work and that's the problem? That's why people aren't getting work done, because they're going to Facebook and they're going to Twitter? That's kind of ridiculous. It's a total decoy. And, you know, today's Facebook and Twitter and YouTube, these things are just modern day smoke breaks. No one cared about letting people take a smoke break for 15 minutes 10 years ago. So why does everyone care about someone going to Facebook here and there, Twitter here and there, YouTube here and there? Those aren't the real problems in the office. The real problems are what I like to call the M&Ms, the managers and the meetings. Those are the real problems in the modern office today. And this is why things don't get done at work. It's because of the M&Ms. Now, what's interesting is if you listen to all the places that people talk about doing work, like at home or in the car or on a plane or late at night or early in the morning, you don't find managers in meetings. You find a lot of other distractions, but you don't find managers in meetings. So these are the things that you don't find elsewhere, but you do find at the office. And managers are basically people whose job it is to interrupt people. That's pretty much what managers are for. They're for interrupting people. They don't really do the work, so they have to make sure everyone else is doing the work, which is an interruption. And we have a lot of managers in the world now, and there's a lot of people in the world now, and there's a lot of interruptions in the world now because of these managers. They have to check in, hey, how's it going? Show me what's up, you know, this sort of thing. And they keep interrupting you at the wrong time. While you're trying to actually do something that they're paying you to do, they tend to interrupt you. That's kind of bad. But what's even worse is the thing that managers do most of all, which is call meetings. And meetings are just toxic, terrible, poisonous things during the day at work. We all know this to be true, and you would never see a spontaneous meeting called by employees. It doesn't work that way. It's like the manager calls the meeting, so the employees can all come together, and it's an incredibly disruptive thing to do to people, is to say, hey, look, we're going to bring 10 people together right now and have a meeting. I don't care what you're doing, just you got to stop doing what you're doing so you can have this meeting. I mean, what are the chances that all 10 people are ready to stop? What if they're thinking about something important? What if they're doing important work? All of a sudden, you're telling them they have to stop doing that to do something else. So they go into a meeting room, they get together, and they talk about stuff that doesn't really matter, usually, because meetings aren't work. Meetings are places to go talk about things you're supposed to be doing later. But meetings also procreate. So one meeting tends to lead to another meeting and tends to lead to another meeting. There's often too many people in the meetings, and they're very, very expensive to the organization. Companies often think of a 1-hour meeting as a 1-hour meeting, but that's not true unless there's only one person in that meeting. If there are 10 people in the meeting, it's a 10-hour meeting. It's not a 1-hour meeting. It's 10 hours of productivity taken from the rest of the organization to have this one-hour meeting, which probably should have been handled by 2 or 3 people talking for a few minutes. But instead, there's a long scheduled meeting because meetings are scheduled the way software works, which is in like increments of 15 minutes or 30 minutes or an hour. You don't schedule an 8-hour meeting with Outlook. You can't. I don't even know if you can. You go 15 minutes or 30 minutes or 45 minutes or an hour. And so we tend to fill these times up when things should really go really quickly. So meetings and managers are 2 major problems in businesses today, especially in offices. These things don't exist outside of the office. So I have some suggestions to kind of remedy the situation. What can managers do, enlightened managers hopefully, what can they do to make the office a better place for people to work? So it's not the last resort, but it's the first resort. It's that people start to say, when I really want to get stuff done, I go to the office. Because the offices are well equipped, everything should be there for them to do their work, but they don't want to go there right now. So how do we change that? I have 3 suggestions I'll share with you guys. I have about 3 minutes, so that'll fit perfectly. we've all heard of, like, you know, the casual Friday thing. I don't know if people still do that, but how about no talk Thursdays? How about pick just one Thursday once a month and cut that day in half and just say the afternoon. I'll make it really easy for you. So just the afternoon, one Thursday, the first Thursday of the month, just the afternoon, nobody in the office can talk to each other. Just silence. That's it. And what you'll find is that a tremendous amount of work actually gets done when no one talks to each other. This is when people actually get stuff done, is when no one's bothering them and no one's interrupting them. And you can give someone, like giving someone 4 hours of uninterrupted time is the best gift you can give anybody at work. It's better than a computer, it's better than a new monitor, it's better than new software, whatever people typically use. Giving them 4 hours of quiet time at the office is going to be incredibly valuable. And if you try that, I think you'll find that you agree, and maybe hopefully you can do it more often. So maybe it's every other week, or every week, once a week, afternoons no one can talk to each other. That's something that you'll find will really, really work. Another thing you can try is switching from active communication and collaboration, which is like face-to-face stuff, tapping people on the shoulder, saying hi to them, having meetings, and replace that with more passive models of communication, using things like email and instant messaging, or collaboration products, things like that. Now, some people might say email is really distracting, and IM is really distracting, and these other things are really distracting, but they're distracting at a time of your own choice and your own choosing. You can quit the email app. You can't quit your boss. You can quit IM. You can't hide your manager, right? You can put these things away, and then you can be interrupted on your own schedule, at your own time, when you're available, when you're ready to go again, because work, like sleep, happens in phases. So you're going to be kind of going up and doing some work, and then you're going to come down from that work, and then maybe it's time to check that email or check that IM. And there are very, very few things that are that urgent that need to happen and need to be answered right this second. So if you're a manager, start encouraging people to use more things like IM and email and other things that someone else can put away and they can get back to you on their own schedule. And the last suggestion I have is that if you do have a meeting coming up, if you have the power, just cancel it. Just cancel that next meeting. Today's Friday, so Monday, usually people have meetings on Monday, just don't have it. Now, I don't mean like move it. I mean just erase it from memory, it's gone, and you'll find out that everything will be just fine. Like all these discussions and decisions you thought you had to make at this one time at 9 a.m. on Monday, just forget about them and things will be just fine. People have a more open morning, they can actually think, and you'll find out that maybe all these things you thought you had to do, you don't actually have to do. So those are just 3 quick suggestions I wanted to give you guys to think about this. And I hope that some of these ideas were at least provocative enough for managers and bosses and business owners and organizers and people who are in charge of other people to think about laying off a little bit and giving people some more time to get some work done. And I think it'll all pay off in the end. So thanks for listening.
It's very good. So now that you've seen it, you're going to answer the questions that you took before the video, okay? Dude, I don't know what I did, but I like messed up my back.
All in the main room, teacher.
No, we're going to work in pairs.
Okay.
Sorry, so I don't know what I did. Like I turned around like too quickly and but alright. Let's go ahead.
Hi, Viviana.
Hi. Okay. Number 1. Okay.
Okay, number 1, where do people go when they need to get something done? That's your answer. Go ahead and answer.
Okay. They think. Let me write. They think that that the office can be. Yes, let me see. Okay, um, but uh, but but actually, people choose the train, the coffee shop, the library.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
You choose planes, trains, car, library, coffee shop. They also choose the kitchen, the basement, an extra room, the living room, the room. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So number 2, why does the concept of a work day seems not possible nowadays? Um, according to the video, it means that it is impossible because you get easily interrupted in the office. Everyone interrupt you. For example, in your house, you have TV, you have social media, you have those stuffs. But as the man said, those things are voluntary decisions. You decide if you take a nap or not.
Oh yeah, fine.
But in the office, you don't decide when you are going to be interrupted.
Mm-hmm.
So it's worse. But yes, that's the number 2.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, but if
Do you
you
want to read number?
okay. But if you want to work, um, they think that we have different location or or a different time the date, and they not mean you are not getting work.
Yes. Yeah, that's true. hmm Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
But yes. So do you want to read number 3 or I read number
Oh,
2?
please. Ah, okay. What is the number 2? I was thinking the number 1.
I know that's number 2. Why does the concept of a work date seem not possible nowadays?
Why does
And the
the
main idea
work day?
of a work date seems not possible nowadays. Nowadays, yes. And the principal idea, the main idea is it's that you get interrupted and you can work fluently as you want as you want. You have to do some tasks, but you're not doing something meaningful. Like you just do the things that they tell you to do because of your job, but you're not doing meaningful work like you want to do that work.
Mm-hmm.
And that's number 2.
Mm-hmm.
And now we have to do number 3.
Okay, number
So if you
3.
want to read.
Which kinds of workers need long stretches of uninterrupted time? What kind of workers?
I think it was they mentioned engineers.
Ah, yes, they talk
Designers.
about designer, programmer, engineers.
Mhm. I think they were
Let me see, designer, programmer, engineer.
yes.
Let me see. Well, I don't know. It's only that. Engineer, programmer, designer.
No, I'm looking for it because, you can see in the group I sent the video,
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
and I'm looking at the video now.
Okay.
But I don't remember in which
I
part
don't remember that.
talk about. Yeah, aquí. Give me a second. I think I found it. Designers, programmers, writers, engineers, thinkers.
Singers. I can understand.
Thinkers.
Thinker. What means
Like the think. I don't think it's a job actually. It basically means pensadores.
that? Thinker.
Thinkers. Yes.
Thinkers.
Designers, programmers, writers, engineers,
Mm-hmm.
and thinkers.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, that's it. Why is work compared to the sleeping process? It's compared to the sleeping process because you sometimes get interrupted and you can go back to sleep as the way you were sleeping with the fluency.
Yes. Okay. Okay. They think that if you have a lot of noise in your room or in your house, let me write. Yes, in your house. Let me see, if you have a lot of noise in your house, maybe you have disturbs.
Yes. Yes, that's right.
Disturb. And the source, you need to sleep. Maybe you need to sleep and after.
Recording in progress.
That's so weird. I wonder why it says different things. Like in mine, it says this meeting is being recorded, and some students say recording in progress. So I wonder why it's different.
Because you're the host.
Could it be that?
Because you're the host. It's a reminder for you that you're recording us.
It's a reminder that I'm not recording you because I don't even have access to that. That Intense is recording you.
That Intense is recording us.
Yeah, because like I can say, oh, let me see what my students did today. I don't even know where your recordings go, like. But all right, guys. So let's go ahead and check. I was about to call on Anna. Valeria, help me with number 1, please.
Yeah, sure. When do people go when they need to get something done? Everywhere, but not in the office.
Yeah, basically. Veronica, number 2, please.
Why does the concept of a work day seems not possible nowadays? I didn't hear that, but you told me that something like you can work the entire day, that you have interruptions very often.
I was about to say, but I told you the answer. All right, very good. Alexandra, number 3.
Which kinds of workers need long stretch of uninterrupted time?
Stretches.
I don't have the answer, teacher. That is the only question.
All right, don't worry.
It's the only question I don't have.
Yeah, this I don't know why this is the one you guys always like don't have. Creative people, guys. The answer is creative people. Some examples that were mentioned in the video were designers, programmers, and writers. Okay.
And thinkers.
Designers.
Yeah, creative people, designers, Programmers, writers.
Okay.
Stephanie, number 4, please.
Okay. Why is work compared to the sleeping process? Okay, because they have phases. And also because we like not to be interrupted when we are working.
Yeah, need to be uninterrupted and work in stages. So very good. Jose, number 5.
I'm not sure, teacher. I
But can you read the
don't.
question?
Okay, what is the difference between interruption at home and interruption and the office? I think could be the video said about the meetings. But nowadays the interruption at home could be your children, the I don't know, teacher, you have to do the chores, some chores, but in the office, the meetings, the is the principal way the main interruption your work.
Well, it's like the difference, like, yeah, you're giving me examples which are good, right? But the difference is, okay, that at home, they're voluntary distractions, right? Like you
Yes,
decide
okay.
if you want to turn on the TV and watch a series or
Yes,
do your work,
yes,
okay?
yes.
Whereas at work, they're involuntary. Like if your boss comes and tell you, hey, we're going to have a meeting, you're going to tell them,
Your
no,
coworker
thank
taught
you,
you.
right?
Yes.
Huh.
Sometimes in my office, teacher, I put my headphones. I am not
Nobody
here,
talks to you.
sorry. I am not here, sorry.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
Millie, can you help me with number 6, please?
Yes, teacher. What are the main interruptions at the office? He talked about the manager. The manager is the person who is the most
that interrupts you the most?
That interrupts you, yeah, and the meetings too.
Definitely.
Yeah, most of the time the manager doesn't work and just want to get meetings.
Yeah, like, what are you doing?
Yes.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, he compared them, he called them the M&Ms, right? That always reminds me like the candy M&Ms. Managers and meetings. Okay, that way you won't forget that. And Natalie, can you help me with number 7, please?
Yes. The first one, he said that...
Can you read the question?
Okay. What are some of the suggestions given to help people actually do work at the office? Okay, he said the first one was have some days that you don't talk with each other almost once a week. It could be like a quiet time. He almost said that if you have a lot of meetings, you can cancel them and it might be good. And I don't remember the second one.
Maybe
you try to message instead of talking face to face with them.
Okay, or send an email.
To use, that's called passive ways of communication, okay? So to use passive ways of communication, which were IMs and emails, okay?
Okay. We can also say that to how you say, delete meetings.
Eliminate the meetings. And here, guys, is a little guide, right, to help you with keywords in case, right, you ever need to check these questions again. So take a picture or a screenshot of this. I think I changed a little bit. The last one, sorry, guys, because I was like doing it and, right, I was doing more than one thing. So, I mean, the question is basically the same, just that it was formed different in the one that they have at Intensa, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, teacher.
Obviously. Of course. Got it, guys?
Yes.
Question, do you guys have a group chat?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, listen, because you come later. It's that Olman told me to send them the information, but I lost his number. So can you guys send them like what we're doing today, like that we did the questions about the video, and I'll send you a link for the TED Talk video in a minute, so he has
Oh,
it.
yes. It's better.
Yeah, because he told me, but yeah, I eliminated his chats without meaning to. So I sent in the chat, so he has it, please. And give me a second. TED Talk work. Where's well, no, I'll probably send it after break, guys, because I don't have the link at hand. I would have to look for it.
Okay. Bye, teacher.
Can
But
you?
no, wait, you said that one. I said I'll do it later, dude. Who said something? I'm sorry.
Yes, myself, teacher. If they can include me in their chats.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe guys, can you add Alexandra, please? I don't know who's the host or administrator.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I think everyone is there.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. Then,
This is my number.
there's her number. Anna, are you still in the chat?
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm still in the chat.
Yes.
I didn't leave. This is she.
All right. Then. No. All right. Yeah, and I think everyone else should. I don't know. Have you guys added Camila? Yes.
Yeah.
No?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Then yeah. Very good. All right. So yeah, I'll search for the link after break and send it to you guys in the chat so you guys can send it to your WhatsApp group. Okay. So guys, it's 8 o'clock. Go ahead and go to break, and I'll see you guys in 15.
Thank you.
See you,
Bye.
teacher.
Están sabrosos, ¿verdad? Diga la verdad. Están sabrosos. ¿Quieres tortilla y hacer aquí?
Creo que me van a botar y ver cómo se ve. ¿Qué colores están? Hacerle nuevos colores.
¿Cuáles no hacen así?
No, creo que no se ve quedado. Tenía que hacer un sábado. Vea,
Bueno, el sábado van entonces, porque yo no veo película.
Eso sí es.
Ay, mis piernas.
También me duele el tono, no me voy a sentar. No puede. Ve, la tabla es mi color. ¿Eh? La tabla es mi color. Ah, sí. ¿Qué es eso? Adiós. ¿Pensó que la quería?
Tráigame el agua, por favor.
Ay. Ay, no. ¿Esto está en otro idioma? ¿No? ¿Qué dice este bicho? Cafetería.
¿Ya me hicieron uno?
No, ya no sé. Y vamos a hacer palomitas para ver una película. ¿Cómo voy a decir?
¿Están acercándome, por favor, el agua? No calenté la tortilla, no hay agua aquí.
¿Ya gané? ¿Con agua? ¿Con agua?
De la mierda, no. Que ya quedó poco tiempo, gracias.
El color nuevo que hace. Ya este. Ya este. ¿Cuál? Ah, me gusta ese. Con este color mismo que quieres descargarlo. No, lo nuevo. Tienes 7. Sí, ya aparece la máquina. Vamos a la tarea que matan a todos. Es donde matan, ¿verdad? Vea el color que me pusiste. También más como bien. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. La tarea esta no me gusta.
Pues pucha, me estoy haciendo chispa y ¿cuánto me falta? Es que ya voy para clase. ¿Esos 1000 son suyos? ¿Kendall?
¿Cuál?
¿Esos 1000?
No.
No son suyos. Ah, ok. Pensé que eran tuyos. ¿Ya comió? Pai, ¿se comió el pedacito de chorizo? ¿Se comió el pedacito de chorizo? ¿Ah? Rico, ¿verdad?
Las prestas para ir a comprar palomitas.
¿Cómo?
Las prestas para ir a comprar palomitas que vamos a ver una película. Y para mi dona que se comió el traje.
Me traes una.
Ah, pero de ahí parece.
Tráigame una agua y tráigame por favor unos alborotos.
¿Cuál es el otro?
El rojo.
¿Por qué se llaman alborotos? Alborotos. Yo quiero una.
La verdad yo no sé. Son alborotos rojos. Ay, ya no puedo ir a orinar ahí. La vine a comprar. No, era al otro lado cuando no estaba.
¿A qué sabes?
Obvio, que sí. Pero mi amor, cárgueme el teléfono.
Hola, Gaby.
Hola. Voy a echarle unos chis.
All right, guys, very good. So, any questions on those questions?
Nobody know.
No.
All right. So give me just a second, guys, so I can pull up and take attendance. You're the night group. So today was day 3. Okay. Alexandra?
Present.
Anna?
Here.
Camila?
Here.
Stephanie?
Here.
Iris?
Present.
Jose? Jose? Jose taking a longer break. Lisa? Millie?
Here, teacher.
Natalie?
Here.
All minutes in here. Valeria?
Here.
Veronica?
Present.
Viviana? Jose, are you there? Yes? No? You're mute.
Teacher, I am going to look for something to do it.
Go, go, go.
Thank you.
Don't starve to death, ever.
Yes, it's that I woke up at 5 a.m. to this morning to late night, so my
Teacher,
stomach is
hello.
like dieting.
I'm here.
Jose, you're late.
I mean it.
A minute's a minute. If Alexandra wouldn't have said that, you would have been absent. Hey, Viviana, are you there? Yes. Alright, so I'm going to send the link in the chat, okay? So you guys can include it in your chat. So Viviana, yes? I guess not. Alright, there's the link, guys, okay? Okay. Now, guys, well, remember yesterday we saw the video about Rex. Right now, we're going to watch a video, which is what happens later in his life, okay? So it's like an update video, so you guys can learn a little bit more about him later on. So, give me just 1 second. This close. Where is it? Where is it? Spread, translation. Here we go. This one is short, Iris. Don't worry, it's like 2 minutes.
Thank you, teacher. I'm glad to hear that.
Teacher, do we need to write something down?
If you want to, like, I mean, I can always recommend it, but that's up to you, okay?
Okay.
I mean, you do have to tell me about this video as well when you're doing the update, so.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Thank you.
We can listen.
You can hear.
No, we can.
Always send that in the chat because I barely hear you guys when you talk because I can't hear.
I was writing.
Okay. But here we go. Let's start again.
You're excited.
These musicians
now?
Yes.
Yes.
You're excited.
These musicians are severely autistic, but you wouldn't know it when the music starts.
They're all extremely talented musicians and singers, pianists, and they have a disability.
Their pianist Rex is both autistic and blind. This group was his idea, a way to help others like him.
I'm young people find their voices too.
Rex found his voice early on in the piano. His talent earned him worldwide recognition as a child prodigy.
Rex has had a lot of advantages being given so much attention at a really young age, and he's really honed his gift, and now he's giving back.
His charity Rex and Friends gives disabled musicians opportunities to perform, and it opens a new world to them.
So music transcends the disability. It bypasses, maybe, we could say, the disability almost. Brendan has a stutter often when he talks, but not when he sings. Patrick has a disability with language. So did Rex, as you could see. Yet Patrick can sing in perfect, fluent Italian.
It has opened up opportunities for him, but for others, it gives them a chance to see Patrick in a light that's different. You know, as opposed to seeing where he's disadvantaged, instead they're seeing him doing things that are extraordinary.
I sing very good.
This smile and the joy shared at that moment when the melody connects them is what inspires Rex to keep paying it forward.
I want people to know the music.
Darius, I told you it was short. I know. Alright guys, so that's Rex. Well, that was still a little bit in the past, but a few years after the video you guys first saw. So as you see, he's even created a foundation. So what do you guys think about this? Is that cool, boring, nice?
It's incredible. I think it's amazing.
Yes,
Yes.
it is amazing because even though he had disabilities with himself, he had the leadership of himself and the effort to do magical masterpieces.
Yeah, no, this is something like amazing in my opinion. But alright guys, very good. Any questions on this video? No. Alright, so as of tomorrow, now that you've seen both videos, guys, what we're going to do is a retelling, but I'll give you keywords, we'll discuss it, and then we'll continue working on it, okay? But for now, what we're going to do is a practice for the retest. So take out your topics for conversation, please. And the first one we're going to practice a little bit more, guys, is the one about conditionals, okay? So I would recommend, right, using the picture that I gave you yesterday with all the auxiliaries to use, okay? And how to use it. You know, as a recommendation. It's up to you, but I would highly recommend that. So as I told you guys, right, remember, if you want, you include the if part in your question. If you don't want to, that's completely okay, okay? It's up to you how you're going to use the grammar, okay? So for example, I can say, will the family come to this club again tomorrow? Okay, I'm not using the if.
I want to answer.
You want to answer it?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Okay, they will come to the club if they have enough money to buy food.
Yeah. I was gonna say if the kid behaves, but yeah. If enough money to buy food, right? For the trip, I would say. Right?
Yes.
All right, definitely, yeah. That would be number one, obviously, guys, right? Why? Because I'm talking about, well, I'm using, sorry, will, first of all, okay? That's my dead giveaway because number one is the only one where I use will. I have my if part. Hold up, let me stress this right here. Okay. And what do I have? A verb in present after if, right? Which is all the things I need for number one, okay? Questions on that first example, guys? No? No. Let's go to number two. Right. And let's see. Bless you, or was that a cough?
Cough. Well,
okay, I'm sorry. A little bit of both.
Both, teacher.
Okay. Like a swimsuit, jump from the diving board. I know, I'm so stupid. I'm describing the woman that's on it. With the green, I was gonna say. Like the woman with the green suit jump from the diving board. I already did. I hate this. Doesn't know how to swim. If she knew how to swim, she might jump. Okay, questions on the second one, guys? No? All right, so same thing. Let's pay attention over here, guys. I'm using might. Okay, well, might can be a little bit tricky, right? Because might can be for number 1 or number 2. So I have to pay attention to what comes after. This should be a she, not he. She. Oh, yeah, there we go. Because I have the verb in past, right? I'm talking about number 2, okay? And let's go to number 3, which is going to be the only one where I'm talking about a past situation, okay? Sorry. Might, well, all right, let's use would the, let's see, woman all right. So I know that's too much. I don't think that question. I don't know. Yeah, I do have space there. Okay, so in this one, guys, I'm talking about might have, right? Because I'm sorry, would have. That's what's telling me that the situation is in past, which is number 3, okay? Would the person always have and the verb in past participle, okay? My if part, I did include it in the question. That's no big deal, right? Had and same thing, verb in past participle, okay? So these are things you always need to have, okay? With this, obviously, right? So, no, she wouldn't have jumped if she hadn't received swimming lessons because she might have drowned. Right, same thing in the answer, same thing, right? Wouldn't have jumped, wouldn't have, would have, right? In this case, negative. Jumped verb in past participle. My if hadn't or had, right? And verb in past participle, okay? So go ahead and take a picture or a screenshot of those examples, please.
Will Elena come today?
No, tomorrow.
God.
Do you have the picture, guys? Yeah. All right. Then let's go ahead and in pairs, you're going to practice creating your own questions and answers, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Hi, teacher.
Hey, Iris.
Do you want to ask, Viviana, or I ask?
Moment, please. I want. Teacher, is about 3 sentences. Will, good, might, right?
About conditionals. Remember yesterday I showed you a picture at the end of the class with what to use. And then in the first one, you can use will, can, expect to, might.
Okay.
And the
Teacher,
second
in
one, you
this,
can use might, would, could. And then third one, would have, could have, might have.
Okay, might the girl in red change of her boyfriend?
Might the woman in red?
Can change
In red?
Red or pink? I don't know what is that. Pink.
I think it's a pink.
Oh. Okay.
What do you mean change boyfriends? Like
Have another
dump her
boyfriend.
boyfriend.
Okay, might the girl in pink can have another boyfriend?
Might the girl in pink, I don't know, dump her boyfriend? Is that have another boyfriend? Sounds weird. Like break up, dump her boyfriend maybe.
Okay.
And then,
Might the girl in pink can broke.
no, might the girl in pink break up.
Right. Break up
her boyfriend.
Break up her boyfriend.
With her boyfriend.
might, right, or can?
Might.
Might. Yes, she might. If she has another lover, she might do it. She might do it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, can the lifeguard get promoted if he works hard?
If he worked hard.
Works hard.
Okay, works hard.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. Yes. Yes, he can. If he work hard because he's a good worker.
A complete answer, right? Yes, he can get a promotion.
Okay, yes, he can get promoted. He can get promoted if he work hard because he works hard because he's a good worker.
All right.
The next one is when would the lady can take a break if she always is talking with her boyfriend?
When might the lady take a break?
Okay.
Don't mix them because you're using would and can.
Okay. When might the lady
take a break?
Yes, take a break if she's talking with her boyfriend.
She might get a break.
Take a break.
She might take a break in a few hours if her boyfriend stopped talking to her.
All right, girls, no more number one. Use number two and number three, please.
Okay.
Okay. You want to do the question?
Okay, let me think. Please, moment.
Okay.
Okay, would the woman in pink have teacher, moment, please. Chicos, vayan para allá porque estoy en clases. Por favor, para allá. Okay, would the woman in pink have swum okay, have swum in the big pool?
She would have swum in the pool if she had known how to swim, but she doesn't know. Okay, it's okay, teacher.
Yes, if
See?
I don't correct you, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Teacher, I have a question. I don't know if this question is okay.
Go ahead.
What would the lady in pink buy if she had the money? It's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Can you repeat, please?
Yes, of course. What would the lady in pink buy if she had the money?
If she have.
If she had.
If she had the money.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, the lady in pink would have bought a big car if she had the money.
Repeat that one more time.
Oh
I
my
want to
God.
hear something.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. The lady in pink would have bought a car.
Would buy.
Would buy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, would buy a car if she had the money.
If she had the money.
If she had the money.
All right, girls. Do you have any questions?
No, teacher.
All right, go ahead and keep practicing, okay?
Okay, thank you. Okay. Okay, let me think. Okay. Okay. Okay, might the woman in a green swimsuit have might the woman in a green swimsuit take a course? No la abierto.
Okay, she might take a course. When, right?
No, might the woman.
Okay, might the woman. Okay. Yes, she might take a course, right? Who's take a course?
Take a course.
Yes, she might take. Yes, she might. Yes, she might Yes, you might take a course. If she had the money to pay, if she has the money to pay it, because it's very conditional, yes. Okay, the man with the blue shirt jumped on the diving board.
Jump on the living board.
Diving board.
Okay. Okay, let me think. Might.
Think. Don't worry. Take your time.
Might is the second, right?
No, it's the first conditional,
the first.
but you can answer it.
It's in present.
Yes. Yes, because I'm talking about might he jump. It's in present.
Jump is in present, right. Okay, no, he might not, because if he do it, he can have an accident. Yes, he can have an accident. Okay. Will the boy in red shirt swim in the pool?
Can you repeat again?
Will the boy in red shirt swim in the pool?
No, he won't. No, he won't. Because he's too little. He will if he knows how to swim. Give me a second. I'm making a question. Okay. When could the lifeguard have take a day off?
When could the lifeguard
have take a day off?
Okay. Okay, let me think. Okay. When?
When? No, yes, when? Yes, sorry, I was like, when what? When could the lifeguard have take a day off?
Okay.
Mistake.
Okay. He could have take a day off this Sunday if he works 6 days in the week. Okay. Should the man in blue shirt have another pool chair? Should the man in blue shirt have another pool chair?
Should. No, he shouldn't. He would have one if he had gotten in the club earlier.
Okay, let me see.
Let me think. Me too, because I don't have any more questions. Give me a second. I'm just I'm buffering.
Swimming cap means the sink of you can put in your hair.
Yes.
Okay.
Like the special, the special cup that you need to wear in the pool. Okay, I'm going, I don't know. I don't know. Give me a second. Yes, I'm thinking. Sorry.
Recording in progress.
All right, guys, so let's go ahead and check. Alexandra, question, please.
Yes. Let me think. Okay. What might the lifeguard do if he had to sub his coworker? Sub?
For his coworker. Camila, answer.
Repeat, sorry.
What might the lifeguard do if he had to sub for his coworker?
The last part, I didn't understand the last part.
Okay, I can repeat it. If he had to,
sub
for his coworker, like to replace him in the.
Okay, to replace. And he would call another person that is already in a hiring process if he had to be replaced.
No, in this case, sub is like, for example, let's say I have a medical appointment tomorrow and I can't come to class. And another teacher helps me, that she's subbing, or he would be subbing for me.
So this
It's like to do
Uh-huh.
that person's work on that day.
It's not
Not to bring
permanent.
someone new.
Okay, okay. He would call another person with the same experience if he had to be substituted.
If he had to sub for his coworker.
Yes.
Right. Stephanie, question, please.
Okay. When will the children come back to the country club?
Also?
Okay. They will come back to the country club when they finish their homework.
And the if?
If they finish.
Okay. Sorry again. They will come back to the country club if they finish their homework.
But when? They will come to the country club tomorrow, next week.
When they will come back to the country club the next Saturday if they finish their homework.
Well, then.
They will come back next Saturday.
Saturday.
Next Saturday. Next Saturday.
Next Saturday, yes.
Remember, paper there, Jose. No doubt.
That teacher, it's my mistake always.
I know, that's why I put a paper there. A sticky note or something.
I don't know why, but.
All right.
So.
Millie, question, please.
Okay. Where could the woman in pink have gone if the pool had gotten full?
If the pool had been full?
Okay. If the pool had been full.
Natalie?
She could have gone to another club with a big pool if this club had been full.
Valeria?
Might the pool boy clean the changing rooms?
Veronica?
Yes, he might clean the changing rooms if he finishes to clean the pool.
If he finishes?
Cleaning the pool.
Iris?
I'm so sorry, I didn't pay attention. Can you repeat?
No.
Sorry. Well, see, I wasn't paying attention. I'm so sorry. What would the lady what would the lady in pink buy if she had the money?
Viviana?
Okay, the lady would buy a car if she had the money.
I know. Questions, guys?
No.
And let's go ahead and practice the other one, guys, where you're using ing or to with the verbs after these actions, okay?
What say the teacher? I can hear.
We are going to do the other application.
The other application. What number? What exercise?
It's the exercise 15, 17.
15, 17. Okay. Okay, let me see. 15, 17. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Please, moment.
Do you want?
Moment.
Okay. Tell me when you're ready.
Okay. When did a woman start taking classes in the country club?
They started taking courses at the club, right?
In the country club.
Okay. In the country club. Okay. She started taking swimming classes 4 months ago. She's very happy with it, and she's learning a lot. Okay. What does the lifeguard prefer to do at work?
What does the lifeguard
Prefer to do at work?
Okay. Okay. Okay, he prefers working with the kids. Working with kids. No, let me think. The life I prefer do at work. I don't know if you're right if I say he prefer working with kids or working. He prefers working in the morning. No, do. Oh my God. He prefers working. Okay, he prefers working, putting attention at kids. I don't know. He prefers work. He prefers if he's working. Okay, I don't know what's his work. His work is walking people, but if he is walking people, it's because the people is in danger. So I don't want to say that.
I mean, you can say that. Like the teacher told us, I think it was yesterday. You need to respond the same as the question. So my question was, what does the lifeguard prefer to do at work? Then you need to answer.
Okay.
He preferred to do. He preferred to.
He prefers
do.
to do.
Or he prefers to help people, or he prefers to talk to people, or he prefers to yell at people.
Okay, he prefers helps people. Helps people.
To help people. To help people.
Okay, he prefers to help people.
Prefer without S.
Okay. But why without S if Okay, because it's a
Because the
nasal
question
verb.
was with,
He prefer to help people because he loves his work. Okay. Okay, let me think. I'm thinking.
Don't worry, take your time. We have time. Don't worry. Don't pressure yourself.
Okay, let me think. Who is avoiding swimming in the pool?
Who is avoiding swimming in the pool? The man with the blue shirts is avoiding swimming in the pool because he's tired and he doesn't want to swim. Okay. Okay, is the lady in pink insisting on eating right now?
I was thinking insisted too. Okay, is the girl in pink? Okay, insisted on. What? Can you repeat, please?
Yes, of course. Is the lady in pink insisting on eating right now?
Okay. 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 Yes, she is insisting. Yes, yes, she's insisting on eating right now because she has a lot of hungry. Okay. Why is the woman? Why is the woman in pink insisting on swimming at her boyfriend?
Insisting on, sorry?
Insisting on swimming at her boyfriend.
She's insistent on swimming at her boyfriend because his wife, ¿verdad? ¿Verdad?
Why?
Right? Okay, she's insisted on swimming at her boyfriend because she's boring and she wants to swim with him. Okay, is the little boy beginning to swim?
Okay. Is the little boy beginning? Is the little boy beginning to swim?
To swim.
Okay. Okay. No, he isn't. No, he is not beginning to swim because he has a lot time practicing that.
Recording in progress.
All right, guys. So let's go ahead and start. I started with you last time, so let's start backwards. Viviana, question, please.
Okay. Why is the woman in pink insisting on swimming at her boyfriend?
Insisting on
Swimming at her boyfriend.
With to her boyfriend. Because if you say on her boyfriend, it's like if she's swimming on him. Swimming with her boyfriend. Iris, answer.
She's insisting.
Insisted on.
Insisted on swimming with his boyfriend because she's with her boyfriend. Yes, with her boyfriend because she's boring. Wants to
because she is
bored. Because she's bored and she wants to have fun.
Veronica.
Did the woman prefer staying outside the pool?
Valeria?
Yes, she preferred. Did, right? Yes, she preferred the state.
She preferred?
Stated.
Staying.
Staying. Yeah, sure. Okay, yes, she preferred staying. Staying. Staying.
Outside the pool.
Outside the pool, yes, because she don't like to be.
She
doesn't like to be with the kids. I don't know.
Yeah. Natalie, question, please.
Does the girl like to bring her kids at this pool?
Like to bring her kids?
To the pool.
Millie?
Yes, she likes to bring her kids to the pool because they love to swim.
Jose?
Okay. Okay, that's the lifeguard enjoy working in this club.
Stephanie?
Yes, he enjoys working in this club because his dad is the owner.
And what, he lets him do whatever?
And yeah, and he gets free time whenever he wants.
Camila, last question, please.
Okay, I'm not creative today, but I will try. When did the lifeguard start working here?
Yeah. Alexandra, answer.
He started working at the club after he graduated from the university.
After he?
Graduated from the university.
Graduated from the university. Very good. Questions, guys? All right, very good. So now, guys, what we're going to do is we watch the video on past sounds. We're going to go ahead and put those past sounds into practice, okay? Like these examples right here. Can you read the answer for number 1? Valeria, what is a question you asked someone?
Okay, I asked my mother how she was doing.
Very good. So obviously, right, you need to include the verb, right, the word, because I need to hear the past sound, okay? So Millie, when did you finish school?
I finished high school in, I don't remember, in 1999, could be.
Really? High school?
High school, yeah, sorry. But no, but it's school.
High school.
Yeah, finished. Yeah, yeah. I got confused, teacher. Okay, yeah. I finished high school in 2008. Could be. I don't know.
That sounds more believable. Right.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah. No, I do. I remember I finished high school in 2015. So, yeah. And Natalie, how did you help someone recently?
Okay, I helped someone recently feeding her dogs.
By feeding her dogs?
By feeding her dogs.
Stephanie, whom did you introduce?
I introduced my best friend to my parents yesterday.
Is that true?
No, it's not.
Best friend until yesterday. All right. Veronica, what is something you liked as a child?
I liked when I was a child, teacher. Yes. I liked to play video games.
Alexandra, what is a promise you made?
Right. How you say a promise I made was to be honest.
Jose, what is a habit you have stopped doing?
Teacher, I have stopped to say that before the time.
Hopefully in the future.
Teacher,
Iris, who is someone you talked to recently?
I talked to my father recently.
Viviana, what is a place you walked to recently?
The place that I walked was the gym.
Walked
to recently was the gym.
Camila, when is the last time you washed your hands, face, or clothes?
I recently washed my face during the break.
Why were you falling asleep? Or
No, I'm following a skincare routine.
Okay. Valeria, what is a TV show or movie you watched recently?
I watched recently.
I watched
blah
blah recently.
Okay, I watched Falsa Identidad recently. It's a series.
Me too, Valeria.
Really? Cool.
Too long.
And it's the last one, guys, because it's 9:15. Millie, what is a place where you worked recently?
I worked to the Caja recently.
In La Caja.
In La Caja recently.
Yeah. Very good. Questions, guys?
No, teacher.
No, let's go.
All right, guys.
Good night.
Have a good night.
Good night.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Good night.